when you see somebody in a wheelchair that, geez, they got themselves dressed, sat down in the wheelchair, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot more to it than that. Hi, it's Nani, and welcome to Chronicles of Nani, my cyber coffee shop, where I talk about living with progressive MS and being in a wheelchair. I also talk about a lot of other things too. I'm pretty much an optimist, tempered with a realist. Sometimes things aren't so great, and I'm willing to talk about things not being so great. We'll start with the cyber coffee shop with my coffee, which today is in my Tervis cup. And I actually have a lot of Tervis cups because they're fantastic cups. And no, Tervis does not sponsor me. I'm not paid to say anything about their product. It's just a product that I use that I think is a really good one. Now, if Tervis wants me to talk a little bit more about how great their product is, they can feel free to send me a coupon or gift certificate to chroniclesofnani@gmail.com, or just to let them know if they want to deposit into my PayPal account at that same address. They can leave enough for two 16-ounce tumblers with lids, and then I'll gladly continue for a few more episodes talking about how great their product is. But for now, we'll just leave it at I use Tervis cups a lot, because it is a great product. And there are sometimes you'll hear me talk about products, and I'll mention in there that I don't get anything for this. This is not an advertisement. It's just a product that I like. And if that day does come that someone will give me a free product or pay me or whatever, I'll say, and now an ad from, something like that. Just to let you know that I'm telling you how great a product is because they like the fact that I use it and they thought it was worth giving me something for using it. Before we get on to today's topic, I'll talk a little bit about my look. First off, you'll notice no earrings, even though you can see my ears. I actually combed my own hair, which I could probably do because it's short. Frankly, much shorter than I'd like it. The woman who comes in and cuts my hair has not really been understanding when I've been saying I want the layers shorter, and instead it's just been my hair's been getting shorter and shorter, but still straight. I may be looking to fix that. If you recall from the first 2022 vlog that I did, I had some curl. I thought my hair looked kind of cute. The woman who actually fixed and did the curls in my hair is going to be helping out on Friday nights to get me ready to look good for the camera on Saturday, so it's gonna start looking better. I was promised that assistance would be there this morning, that I would have help getting my earrings in and pinning my shoulders back, moving me back in the chair so that I could sit more comfortably and maybe not suffer from the back of the chair pushing on my lungs. That didn't happen. This is not a scientific fact. This is not anything that I've read anyplace. This is the way it is for me personally. There are 4 stages of being let down. Stage 1 is disbelief. How could somebody promise to do something and not do it? How can someone say, yes, I'll be there, and then they're not there? Stage 2 is feeling defeated, and that usually includes some frustrated tears. The third is anger. It's being angry with whoever it was that let me down. And then after that is perseverance. It is deciding that no, I'm going to take what I've got and I'm going to do something with it. I don't need the assistance that I was promised. And if it's not there, I'm going to make it happen anyway. And that's where we are today. So now let's talk about those superheroes. For the most part, I smile as much as I can, especially when I'm around other people, especially when I'm talking to all of you on the vlog. I definitely try to present myself as a happy person, because I am, for the most part, a happy person. I can find the happy in just about anything. One of the things that I find great fulfillment in is doing this vlog. I do an awful lot. I do the vlog, and I work on editing the vlog and getting it out every Friday. I also put together the grocery list that my husband picks up. He signs in the same account, looks at everything, says it looks good, or can you make sure that you add this, that sort of thing. And then I put the order in and he picks it up. Works out great. I also pay all of the household bills. I don't actually pay them. I make sure they get paid on time. Because that was an issue before. He never was great about mail. So the bills would come in and they would sit there until they were late. And then we're paying late fees on bills. My husband, if I wasn't here, would have no problem affording living here. It's just that he doesn't. The mortgage gets automatically paid, so that's not an issue. But little things like electricity and gas and the cable bill, the phone bill, those would sit there until there was a late fee. And I took over all of those things to pay those things online. So I figure out what the bills are twice a month. I tell them we need this put in an account where I can pay the bills from, and I pay the bills. Our bills have not been late since I started doing that. We haven't had any late fees. So there are things that I do on a regular basis. I also keep track of my prescriptions and make sure those get reordered. My doctor helps a lot with those. Make sure that the vitamins that I take every day are always in stock in the house. I make sure that there are some things that insurance doesn't cover, or what they cover is a lesser grade than I'd prefer to use. And I make sure that those things are ordered and that we have when aides or nurses need them. I've often said that I'm the busiest disabled person that I know. And that's not totally true. I do know a lot of disabled people that are as busy as I am. And you know what? Those disabled people that I know that are as busy as I am are as happy as I am too. if you have ever heard of the spoon theory, that's for chronic illnesses. I think fibromyalgia was where the spoon theory came from, was somebody explaining to a friend at a luncheon with a group of people and was saying, I'm trying to understand where the fatigue comes in, how that affects you. And her explanation was this. She collected spoons from around the table and said, okay, this group of spoons are all that your chronic illness give you in the way of energy for the day. And she says, now, first thing in the morning, what do? Well, I wake up, I get out of bed. So you go from in bed to standing up? And she said, yeah. And she took a spoon away from her. What do you do next? Shower? She took another spoon away. Then she went on, get dressed for work, have breakfast, another spoon. Drive to work is another spoon. Things that you do at work. By the time that she got home, it was, now I've got to make dinner. And her friend said, but you have no spoons left. How are you making dinner? You have, with a chronic illness, a certain number of spoons, a certain amount of energy that you have for the day. And if you squander it, you don't have any left at the end of the day. You can't even put pajamas on before you go to bed. I deal with that. All the things that I do exhaust me by the end of the day. And believe me, recording on Saturdays takes a bunch of spoons. But I still find it very much worth all of the spoons that it takes. There are a lot of people that are dealing with working with assistive devices that have chronic illnesses, that are dealing with those things and making them part of their everyday. And those are superheroes. I mean, with me, I don't walk. I can't get dressed without assistance. I mean, if I'm going someplace, somebody has to help me get dressed and help me get in my wheelchair. And you don't think about that when you see somebody in a wheelchair, that, geez, they got themselves dressed, sat down in the wheelchair, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot more to it than that. And so I sort of look at it as they're superheroes. To be able to say, I'm going to put all of this effort in to getting myself dressed or getting whatever help I need to get myself dressed, getting myself into the wheelchair. I will be honest with you, I sort of look at myself and I think, I'm Batman. And all the people that are helping me are my Alfreds. One great example is when I go to Cleveland Clinic to see my neurologist. And I go in there in my wheelchair. There are so many different types of MS and types of symptoms and points of advancement with MS that you see lots of people who are Batman, and they're often there with at least one of their Alfreds. I always make a point of, as I'm wheeling through, making eye contact with other people in wheelchairs, other people that are sitting with them with the Alfreds. And I just make a point of making the eye contact and smiling. And I usually get a smile back, because it's we're in this together, and I know how much it took just to get you here. And I know that person sitting next to you probably had something to do with getting you here. I understand how much of a superhero you are just for getting where you are. Same thing if I'm, especially like at a ball game or a concert, where you're sitting in the area that's made for wheelchairs to sit. So inevitably you're next to somebody else in a wheelchair. You don't have to strike up a conversation. Just look over and make eye contact and, smile. Isn't it awesome that we're both here? And it was not easy, but it was worth it. We're having fun. And that's a good thing. My doctor, because I have an autoimmune disease, insists that you go out of the house. It doesn't matter where you're going. You wear a mask with a filter in it to protect yourself. If it's a medical facility, you still have to wear a mask anyway. But you can see in your eyes when you smile. And, even if you don't see the smile in the mask, just let the smile show through your eyes and nod. And let that person know that, I'm thinking about you and awesome that you're here. Because we are superheroes. If we have that limited energy and we use it to the absolute most of our potential, we are superheroes. We are the Batmans of this world. And special thanks to all the Alfreds out there, because we couldn't do it without you. So today, the shirt doesn't look so great because my Alfred kind of let me down. Batman's still gonna catch the bad guys, even if Alfred wasn't there. That's sort of like the point of, I don't look perfect today, but yeah, I did okay considering it was just Batman without somebody to say, don't forget the utility belt. So I hope you found a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of don't feel sorry for me, be proud of me, and at least a good smile for being here today. And thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe or pass the vlog on to other people, encouraging other people to subscribe, because that makes me feel like I'm making other people happy, and that just makes me even happier. So until you see me next week or binge watch me at some point, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next Friday.